Welcome to the Game of Risk, everyone. I'm your host, OliveXC, a top player at this game. And if you've seen this video right here, check it out. It's a good video. We made it to round 4 of the Risk Classic Championship. But guys, there are still 2 more games to be played. So I'm going to commentate over these games right here. I haven't done that before. The majority of players in this game are at the expert level. The white player is a grandmaster player. The settings for this game is 70% fixed. The goal of this game is to get a big continent quickly, and then try to use it to establish an advantage. As there are 5 players, people can all get their continents quickly. Let me actually pull up my paint quickly for you guys, so that way I can highlight the board. Yeah, guys, I'm still kind of shaking a little bit right now. Like, there's no way I can play Risk at the moment. I just did not ever believe that I would be advancing like this today. Okay, let's see. Let's move this up. Turn on the paint. Paint check. Nice. We got a paint check working correctly. So the way that I'm seeing this board is I'm thinking the purple player should be going for North America. The white player should be going for South America. The black player should be going for Africa. Pink should be going for Europe this game. And that will leave like the last remaining player, if I'm doing my math right, would have to be Red Australia if that was the case. But obviously, Red can't be going for Australia right now, right? That would just be completely dumb. Because if they were to go for like Australia, they have to move all their troops in. So Red has to go somewhere else. So I think Red naturally by this kind of has to use like their VC game to try to establish an advantage for themselves. Yeah, my favorite to be advancing this game would be the pink player, because they can establish a big continent very quickly. They have most of their troops there and will do that. I can actually see, by the way, though, that Red is leaving 10 troops down in Peru. I like that. So it looks like they're going to be in conflict with the white player. And white has to do something else. What white could do is if they were to attack into North Africa, then fortify their troops outwards, they may be able to take those troops and then move them over. That is a distinct possibility. But it looks like right now all the players are just focused on trying to communicate with each other and establish a thing. Like pink, they need to be doing such a low profile and just trying to build up as many troops as possible to be giving themselves an advantage. Like, look at this, 15 troops already in Europe. I don't see any other way that they don't end up winning this game. The only thing I don't like about their game right now is that they have this 3 located in Madagascar, and that 3, and it also 3 in Australia, so those are just dead troops. Even the 3 in South America is also going to be hurting them a little bit. So while they have the most of their concentration, they will be losing the troops. I'm also curious to see how the board may continue to get blocked up as the game keeps on playing. Right now, nobody can get to the 70%. You'll notice that everybody's bars, everyone's around 21%. 21% is around 10 territories. Once you're at 9 territories. If you get to 28%, you're on 12, and that's when you start getting extra troops. That doesn't play a big role in the 5-player game, but it may play a role in like the 4-player true random game. Now, purple, I really like the move that they're making here. It looks like they're going to be slowly going into North America and then moving their troops inwards. Purple only has 5 troops in Australia that are kind of wasted for themselves. Red, though, is kind of lacking any sort of cohesive strategy. They are having a large stack for themselves in South America and now in Europe. Since they're lacking cohesive strategy, all they're doing is blocking other players. They're not taking anything for themselves. And because they aren't taking anything, they're putting themselves in a tough situation. So red may end up getting eliminated early if one of their stacks gets hit, and once it becomes a 4-player game, the board should open up very quickly and very aggressively. Now, I am wondering how white is potentially communicating with the red player. Okay, and just so you know, my Nightbot admin created a new thing on Twitch called OliveXC for saying why I'm hardcore, and now there's all these crazy phrases that pop up. Olive is so hardcore he trades for the 10 set with 2 cards. Guys, that's literally illegal. That's not hardcore. I play with honor and dignity. I don't do that. Come on. It's cross country, you guys. It's cross country. That's what the XC stands for. I was a runner. Oh, man. All right. Looking at the black player, by the way, they're trying to do 2 things at once, getting Australia and Africa. I feel like every single player, instead of negotiating, trying to get a continent, they're fighting with each other instead, and that's making things harder on themselves. The only player that really is kind of bringing everything in, has a legitimate claim for a continent now. Oh, really? 20 of them about track marathon running, just have the 7 that aren't? Sure, Aries the Fox, sure. All right, but getting back to this game, while I liked how pink was like initially in the lead, with red kind of preventing them from getting a continent, in no way is red now stopping the purple player from getting a continent. No, they're just getting a card. That's very reasonable. If red were to park their final stack in North America, they would have been blocking the white player from South America, the pink player from Europe, and the purple player from North America. I think if that were to happen, eventually one player's stack would have get smacked and very bad things would have happened. It looks like pink, though, they're starting to use up their excess troops on the board and getting the value out of them. They have no set on 4, but again, no one's in any situation to be going for the 70%. The focus right now of what they should be doing is trying to establish their continent. If I was the pink player, I would be trying to negotiate with red to see if they can move out of the way. Eventually, though, red is going to be hit. Either the white player is going to hit them, and white player might hit them now. It looks like white is giving the red player an ultimatum. 1 turn to move, or you're donezo. You are donezo. And so red's going to have to go into North America, and then white can establish their continent. White did make like kind of one mistake where they have their troops in the Irkutsk area right here. They could have potentially moved them inwards. However, I think they want to keep an exterior stack because they want to have the maximum flexibility to continue to get cards. A classic thing that happens with South America is if all of your troops get stuck there and you're unable to get anything, the North American player leaves their troops on Central America, and the Africa player leaves their troops on North Africa, and then the South American player can no longer get cards. Now, the value of a card is about 3 troops, and South America is 2 troops. So you'll be getting 5 troops a turn, you'll be falling behind a little bit, but in 70%, you'll basically be unable to attack. So you're just basically building up, waiting for someone to do something, which can be a very dangerous situation to be in, because you're only getting 1 opportunity to strike and try to go for the win. So the white situation is actually a bit precarious right now. And crazily enough, red is not moving out of the way. They are playing with fire right now. They're going to have to make multiple attacks. Eventually, I think one of these players may overextend and hit the red player, and that could open up the game wide open for themselves. And while I like the purple player's initial moves, it looks like everybody's leaving their troops now in North America, preventing them from getting the region. People are staying in a sense of stasis, where neither of them are really making any attacks right now. And because none of them are making any of these crazy attacks, it's just kind of stagnating the game. Because one thing I like to think about in 70% is what territories and paths do you have to get there? And since, again, there's 42 territories, you need 30 in order to get the win. I'm assuming anything with over 5 troops is not worth it to hit. So immediately when I count up the major territories like Alaska, Greenland, Central America, Peru, it looks like one territory down here, like Madagascar, again, like Africa is pretty well blocked up. And then most of Australia, you kind of can't even get for yourself. It's just not possible to be getting to the 70% right now by any of the players. So the situation is quite precarious. That means more people need to be making like bigger attacks. It may mean that there may be an active negotiation that has to occur with the players in order to get things to advance further. Right now, purple is continuing to trade in, but with everybody placing troops now into, and whoa, red should be going to North America here. They are breaking the black player. Red is just breaking everybody right now. Holy cow, what is this? So red, by just attacking everybody, is preventing them from getting strong. So since the black player is leaving so many troops now in Australia, I think what red is basically telling black is, black, you cannot be having Africa. I want Africa. And instead, I want you to take over Australia. And that's wonderful for the red player because they'll get a strong continent. And in the black player's case, it's a horrible deal, but they have no other continent to go for because they'll be so far behind on troops. Like, notice, the black player's at 31 troops right now. They have the fewest number of troops. So if they were to get the Australia region, they would have no chance of winning. Somebody else would go for the 70%. And there would just be little chances for anyone to do anything about it. But ooh, what's white doing? White just took over some territory, but they can't go for the win right now. They're blocked off. Yeah, no, this is a huge mistake. White should not be going for this. This was a massive blunder. They wasted all of their troops. They're only at 45%. This opened up the board immediately, but this was nowhere near close enough to be going for it. Huge blunder by the white player. They put their card in too early. The black player, though, they're going to have a set, but they're only on 30. They don't have enough to go for it. If they use perfect slider action, they would get to about 60-ish% or so. The board needs now to weaken the white player to prevent them from getting too strong, and they need to establish their new positions for themselves. It's quite possible as well. I think the black player missed an opportunity to kill the red player. If the black player killed red, they could have then taken the game. So I think that was a big miss of the black player. Huge miss, I would say, actually. But now purple goes. Purple is on 11%. They only have a total of 5 territories. They have to take 25 more. It would be very, very close if they wanted to go for it. But they're 5 in Australia. It's just a little bit low. But they're on 46 territories. So I don't think it would actually be that crazy if they wanted to go for it or not. But I think they're just trying to take over North America instead. Yes, they're going for North America. And now white only is on 30%. Bertalisk, I'm liking this, but we still have a long ways to go right now. Okay, so purple is just doing, I think they may have missed a chance for the 70%, because again, they had some pathways. The red player, they are now looking to trade in. They can't go for it though. They're on 31 troops, and they don't have enough pathway. With North America perfectly blocked and Australia blocked, you'd have to attack a massive stack. What the red player, I think, should be doing is eliminating the white player from the game. If they take out the white player, they will get extremely strong and get the extra trade in. That could potentially propel them to get far enough. But can they do it? This is not easy pathing. They're also using touch controls. So they have to go. Okay, good. Go down. Yes, there you go. South America. Good. Keep attacking. Let's go. You can do this. He's going, he's attacking. Let's go! The red player got out white. White went too aggressive too quickly. Now, the red player is going to put trade in and put a little bit of a target on their back. However, as the purple player is blocking them off, they cannot now go in and get the win. It's just not, they don't have enough territories. They need to reestablish their position and have the board like not over attack them. Like, I would not be attacking South America right here. Although, by attacking South America, you do prevent the purple player from having one pathway to get the 70%. So it looks like red is just establishing their continent. And now pink. What can pink do? So pink, if they had a set on 3 and they were to trade in, well, I think they have to trade in. However, they have to go through they can't go anything in Australia, so that's automatically blocked off. And they would have to attack a huge stack in North America in order to get the win. But is he going to go for the attack, or is he just going to try to take over some territories? It looks like he's just going to be establishing his continent instead. And people are now doing some diplomacy, building up for the right opportunity. I am really liking this play. Now, it's very important that the pink player leaves their stack open. If they put it inwards, they're going to be in tough shape. And I like this. They should be a minor guard. Maybe, okay, they leave one spot open. That does potentially give pathways for the players. And now this just leaves to the black player. Now red is a little bit high on 38%. This is 16 territories. They would be getting a total of 7 troops. So red does need to be weakened a little bit right now. But I think black just wants to wait. They kind of got screwed over from attacking. Now, the purple player, who is really far ahead in troops, they've been blocked by red, and they have been blocked by pink. They cannot get the 70%. The best thing that purple can be doing is just to build up on their territories. I think they need to make at least 2 attacks onto the red player. If they can take their territory count down a little bit, that'll prevent red from getting too big too quickly. Because while red is very strong, their 10 is blocked, and their 11 can only attack a limited number of territories. Yeah, perfect. Purple's just expanding hours. Purple needs to attack 1 more. That's a mistake. Red's now going to be getting 7 troops. See, there's a 7 right there. So now red is on 15 territories. They would have to attack 15 more. If they had a set, their 11 could put a couple of troops on their 11 to attack downwards 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then so they possibly left. So they only have a 4 trade though. The 4 trade is not enough. If it was the 10 trade, they could have potentially have gone for it. I don't think they have enough for the win right now. But are they going to go for it anyway? I don't think they should. Oh, are they going to hit it? They hit it. No, that just ruins the purple player's game right there. Red has to now be breaking pink, but that's just establishing bad neighbor. Pink and purple are going to be so angry, and they're going to be making red black and blue. Ha! I can make little jokes while commentating a little bit, you guys. So now we're in a very precarious situation. The red player is getting very strong, but they can't win at the moment. I think as long as the 13 is available, but they can't get a crazy number of territories. I think purple will be hitting red a little bit more. Now, I do wonder with black, with them being on 17 troops at the moment, are they going to be going in for the attack? I am not too sure, because again, they're on 16%. This is a total of 7 territories. They do have a line to attack a lot in Asia, but they would have to like a 6 and a bunch of other territories, and they have limited or no access to North America. So I think too much of the board is clogged up. I think they need to be taking 1 card and passing again. They are blocking off their 17 as well. No set. I do wonder if black trades in, they're going to overextend. But now, what is purple going to do? Purple should be rightfully pissed off at the red player. They kind of royally messed up their game. If they have a set, I would just be turning it in and then hitting them. No way. Is purple going to be hitting pink? No way. Oh my gosh! This game is ridiculous! What is going on right now? This attack is incredible. I guess purple realized that pink was about to win the game, so they got the first mover advantage. So the board is continuing to get clogged up. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So red is still in the lead in troops right now, you guys. They're 13. Like I said, they're on 16 territories. They only need to hit 14 more to get the win. If they were to leave everything on their 3, take over all the ones, and then you split off their 13, I wonder if they can get it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think the red player might have it. But they lost a 1. They lost a 1 there. That's huge. They have to take all remaining territories. Oh, this is so close. I think they had bad dice. I had to use the slider blitz right there. So they just stop. They're putting a target on their back, though. Red is getting too strong. Pink or black must go into red now, or the red player is going to take this game. This is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, this tension is so high. So right now, I think there must be some communication between the players. They are both talking back and forth, trying to figure out how they can be weakening red. But at the same time, you have to remember that black and purple, they have big sets coming up. Whew, oh my gosh. All right, it looks like pink is attacking the red player just a little bit, and they're now on 15 territories. And now they're stacking in one centralized location. Pink is also perfectly on 28% or 12 territories. All right, and now black is going. Black, though, has massive stacks all around them, so they cannot go for the win. So they're going to be attacking red a little bit more. Okay, oh, I like this. Black hits purple. Holy. Oh, purple's game, I think, is done, you guys. Purple is now on the verge of getting eliminated. This is really, really bad, you guys. I don't like where purple is. I feel like they almost have to go for broke right here and now. 10 troops coming in. I feel like purple is just going to be pissed off and smack red because purple, the red player almost just basically ruined their game. And it would be almost justified doing so. So it looks like, yeah, purple is just retaking over North America and they break the red player. As I thought. So are they going to defend their region or just kind of hold off a bit? They could leave all right, so now red is only getting 3 troops but are they going to break the purple player? If they break purple, that could be, I think they would ruin both of their games. So I think both players should be stabilizing at this point. And looks like we have a small point of stability between the players. The war between them, they're realizing that they have to build up instead. Out of the remaining players, wow, they're all so even on 30 troops as well. I like the pink player's position the most, and this is because the pink player has the biggest stack on the board with a 22. They're also going to be the first one to trade in. Pink has a total of 12 territories at the moment. If they can trade in and potentially break through in North America, going through Greenland, their 22 can then go through, attack the 4 territories in Europe. That'll be 16. Then the 4 territories in Africa, putting them at 20, and then putting the remaining in Europe, 21, 22, 23, 26, 20, 29, and then they have to go through a 6. So I don't think the pink player has a way to break through right now. Purple, though, after getting weakened significantly, by now holding North America, they are good. And black is not in VC. The remaining players do have VC available. So it looks like black is now taking an aggressive Australia strategy, breaking them immediately. Like, holy cow, what is the aggression that's going on this game? Absolutely ridiculous. But black has to be doing this because now does purple have a shot to win this? They were on 21 troops. They have a set on 3, 49. I think they have to go for it, you guys. They have to. Let's see if they can get this. Come on. They have to attack Japan. They have to get every territory possible. They have an open line all over the map. And I think the purple player, they're on 21 troops. You got this, purple. You don't even need to attack the 4. You maybe attack the 3. This is fine. Come on. Just avoid the split. You got the win, purple. Purple. I think is going to take this game. They just have to split off their troops a little bit, half and half. Come on, 8 and 9. You're running out of time, Purple. You have to go. You have to go. Time. Is Purple going to win? One more territory. 69%. Ah! And Purple gets the win and advances to the next round. Congratulations to the Purple player, Simpeliquin. And with that, let's move on to the final game. So the settings for this game is 4-player fixed, true random. And the true random is what is key right here. So the game plays out a little bit differently. Now, if there's in a pure theoretical sense, what should be happening is one player should be going for, and I say this all the time to players, should be going for North America. One player can go for Europe. One player goes for South America, Africa. One player gets Australia. The player who gets Australia normally ends up getting screwed over. But on a dynamic board like True Random, things can act a little bit differently. Especially because from the prior game, the players are being very aggressive with attacking each other. So on a True Random type game, the most important thing that the player should do is troop preservation. Troop preservation is a huge thing in Balanced Blitz, but it's even more important in True Random. And that's because there's more volatility and variability every time when attacking. You can have the most incredible positive rolls that would not be possible in True Random, like a 9 attacking a 10, the 9 winning and only losing 1 troop. But the converse can also happen. A 10 can attack a 2 and still lose. For that reason, the key number to be keeping in mind is 99%. If you can get a 99% roll, that's just the best that you can do. And if you lose anyway, the dice gods were just not you're in your favor. So you want to be trying to do 6v1s whenever possible to reduce your risk every time when attacking. Looking at this game, I think the red player will be going for the Europe continent. The white player should be going for the Africa continent. The pink player will be going for either North America or South America. They are strong in both locations. Yes, and again, this is 70%, as you can see by the percentages. And wow, pink is hitting 2s. It looks like pink is taking a very aggressive line. Hitting those 2s can really mess up your game very quickly. I think they're trying to get a continent very fast, and I think they're trying to take risks. You'll also notice they were on 28%. The board was making a mistake. By giving them 4 troops, that adds up over time to making those additional attacks. And 4v1 fails. That's a huge mistake by the red player. Great question by Newbot Mobile. Do you use a slider in True Random? No. Use a slider in order to minimize your maximum troop loss. In True Random, your troop loss is unlimited, and it can never be 100%. Therefore, the slider is not relevant. The only time when you can use a slider in True Random is you want to potentially minimize your losses. To maybe use 1 less than a total number of troops to avoid ever potentially doing a 2v1, because a 2v1 is only 42% in True Random. Otherwise, though, you generally should not be using the slider. Black now has quickly established Australia, giving themselves an early advantage. They also have refused to leave from South America. This is going to force the pink player to hit them. However, with the black player having 5 territories, that's going to be a big advantage. I'm also not really liking what the white player is doing. White should be leaving from Europe and going into Africa. So I don't follow your reasoning. So just basically to explain what's going on, you don't want to be using the slider in True Random because you can lose any number of troops on a given attack. You can lose 15 troops attacking a 2. You can lose 50 troops attacking a 20. So there is no such thing as 100%. You can't minimize your maximum troop loss. Since your troop loss is unlimited, you don't use the slider because you want to use the most number of troops as possible when attacking. But it looks like now pink has established their South America region. White could retaliate and break it, but I don't think it's in their best interest. I really dislike white's play right now. They really should be kind of consolidating within Africa as much as they can. By not doing this consolidation, they're one, making poor alliances with the red player, who could also be moving their troops out, and two, they're lowering their game more. And also, people are not counting their territories. They are giving the black player 6 troops right now. This is a huge mistake on their part. The other players need to be keeping the black player in check, because the black has pretty open lines and attack paths over the map, being in North America, Africa, and Asia. I also love what the black player is doing with not taking over the China region. No 808 Badger, because if you're at 99%, it just stays like at 99%, right? You have to go up extremely high to even get to the 99%, like I think like an 11 or 12 V2, or something like a 15 V3. Like at that point, if you're getting a 99% roll, you're already losing a tremendous number of troops, which is why you just have to be super careful making these attacks. And that's why, now that the pink player is establishing their position, a good technique that players can do is start by creating a Lego. And now, what is a Lego? A Lego is when you try to create a 2s on all of your territories. This is because in any given attack, your troop loss is unlimited. And if you start leaving 2s down, if someone's trying to run the board, they can lose a crazy number of troops on a given attack. Okay, this is a mistake by pink. They should just be blitzing. I mean, I think they're just trying to roll it down anyway. I mean, they lost 3. But I like what they're doing. They should be moving their 8. Okay, they're consolidating the troops inwards. This is fine. They're leaving bigger stacks around the map to make it harder for other players to get territory. And that's a key thing. But I was saying before, they should be putting more 2s down. And by putting more 2s down, this will allow, or basically make it much harder to be taking it over. Oh, good for black for having it. I do like with pink having a 5 and an 8. That just, again, is taking up space. Oh, all right, and it looks like red did attack black. So now black, they still have a lead, but they're not completely taking it. Doing a 5v1, that's about 96% potential for failure right there. But again, highly unlikely. All right, and now white is, it looks like they are going for Europe now instead, or are they going for North America? I think they should be going for Europe and be giving the Africa to the red player. Yeah, instead, it looks like what white is doing is just kind of leaving their troops outwards. I'm not really sure what their overall kind of strategy and plan is at the moment, and how they're going to be able to get to the 70%. They're low on territory. They only have 1 stack. It has limited mobility. Right, this game right now is either going to be going to the pink player or to the black player. What pink should be doing now is really kind of taking over space. And since no one's been leaving claim into Africa, I think a really good move would be for them to attack into North Africa. Yeah, they're doing 99%. Again, I don't think that's needed. They just want to leave their slider on as high as possible. And it looks like, yeah, they're just kind of leaving everything down to 1 stack. It looks like the players will not be employing the Lego strategy of having a bunch of small stacks around the board when attacking. So it looks like, now I don't see what red could potentially be doing to come back in this game. They are in just an awful spot. They are behind on troops with only 30 left. They are unable to get their continent, and they're getting bad dice too. I'm not sure what they can do. Now they're only on 26. All right, now is black going to trade in and hit pink? That could be a possibility because, again, players have been very aggressive. And also, the black player does not have VC, so it's a little bit harder to communicate with them. You'll also notice right now that the pink player has their 8 buried in South America. So while the pink player is the strongest, almost like a fifth of their army is unable to attack. Oh wow, is white going to be taking over North America? So it looks like that's what white's going to be going for. They've been moving outwards, and they're hoping, and that's why pink buried their army. I feel like that's a mistake. I feel like the smaller players, like black and pink, need to prevent the big players like red and white from getting a big continent. If they get big continents and they build up, they're going to lose the game. Early game, it is all about, if you're a small continent player, taking that small continent for the lead. Yes, and now what is... Pink is doing a 4v1. That's a huge mistake. They need to be doing 6v1s for 99%. No set, but their stack is really strong right now on a 30. And now red trades in. They are getting, like, with only a 6 trade, they're only on 36 troops. They are so far behind. Are they going to take over the Europe continent? Taking 3 territories with a 10 is likely to succeed, but not guaranteed. They lose a 3. Now to win a 5v1. They get it, but they're only on 32. If I was the black player, I would highly consider breaking them. Yeah, so they're making a lot of attacks. A lot of attacks right now. Oof, 35%. That puts them at 15. So the board will need to break him a little bit. Otherwise, the red player will run away with the game. I would really consider, if I was black, just breaking red right now. There is a risk that black would then trade in and self-destruct, but the converse of like letting them hold the continent will essentially let them win the game. Black is a very aggressive, tenacious player. I would not be surprised to see them going in on the attack. The problem is if you do attack, you do potentially give the white player North America. So it's a delicate balancing act. I would maybe leave 2 or 3 troops on the 8 to break North America, then leave the rest on the 12 to break Europe, and then kind of prevent both players from getting their continents. But black is running out of time. Like, you need to go faster in these game modes, you guys. Speed is critical. Instead, black is having just a bunch of small armies attacking right now. And there's a huge risk with the white player trading in. They just may decide to smack the 12. Because if they don't have a continent, they immediately leave the game. Now, Simpeloquin is saying that the pink player can go for the win right here and now. I completely disagree with you. They cannot go for the win right now. Because, again, there's 5 territories immediately in Australia that they cannot get. There is Madagascar, which they cannot get. So that's 6 territories they cannot get. This 8 here, 7. This, so let's see, 5 here, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then there's like a 7 here, 10. So if they cannot go for the win right now because there's too many big territories on the board. If the black player smacks the 12, that does change the calculus. But they're basically hoping that the black player moves out of the way. So there is no way that pink can be going for the win right now. There's just too many big stacks on the board. Now, but the 10 stack is opened up. That actually does change the calculation. I think pink could now go for the win. And I think pink should. Does pink have the set? I don't think pink does, but they would have to make a lot of attacks, and there's a huge chance of Legos. But if they go for the win, they have to do it now. Otherwise, I think the black player may be going for the win, you guys. Like, again, pink should not be slidering. They should just be attacking. They make 2 attacks on black to get them lower. But is a black player going to be going for the win now? It is possible that black can do this. The thing is that most of their troops are not well positioned to attack around the map. What red needs to do is create a bunch of Legos. They're leaving ones down. Like people do not realize how powerful the Lego is in this game, right? And because they're not making Legos, they're leaving the board way too open. Eventually, like if black has a set on 3 with a 10 set, they could go for the win right here and right now. Black, are they going to go for it? They absolutely can, and I think they should. I think they have more than enough troops. Come on, black, you have to go for it. This requires a lot of physical dexterity. Good, they're going for the attack. They're going after the red player, attacking them aggressively all over the map. Now black is attacking and taking over the Asia region. Now the 11 is going in, hitting all the territories, getting pretty good dice rolls. And now they're 21, just has to hit the remaining territories, and the black player gets the win. The pink player missed their chance, giving the game to black. I hope you guys enjoy this. Let me know what you think of my commentary. This is OliveXC, signing off.